Welcome to the deep dive. Imagine your cab isn't just a place to work, but really a command center for navigating all these constant industry shifts.
That's a great way to put it.
Today, we're sort of your co-pilots, sifting through the latest regulations, economic tremors, and competitive shifts that are directly impacting your life on the road right now.
Yeah, it's definitely a complex landscape.
It is, but we're here to help you unpack it all, try and present these stories in a light, easy way.
And understanding these changes from multiple angles is just crucial. Like Hervy from LifeAsATrucker always reminds us.
Right. See the whole picture.
Exactly. It's truly about seeing that full picture so you can be well-informed and, frankly, make the best decisions for yourself. We've got a stack of sources here that reveal both the challenges and actually some surprising opportunities for drivers.
Yeah, helping you feel respected and supported through it all.
That's the goal.
Our mission today is pretty clear. We're going to look at everything from new emissions rules and major industry tax breaks
Big stuff.
to practical road safety and even, how you can future-proof your career. Our goal is to connect these powerful forces directly to your cab, your wallet, and your future.
Making sure you understand not just what's happening, but why it matters to you.
Okay, so let's kick things off. Let's unpack this major legal battle that could redefine what trucks you drive and, how much they cost.
Ah, the big one.
We're talking about major truck makers suing California over emissions rules. This isn't just some abstract corporate thing. It hits directly at the equipment you rely on every day.
Yeah.
What's the core issue unfolding here?
Well, what really stands out here is that 4 of the biggest truck manufacturers are taking the California Air Resources Board, CARB, to federal court.
Right.
The heart of the matter is that CARB's emissions rules are significantly stricter than the new federal EPA standards.
Much stricter.
Yeah. The truck makers are essentially making the case that, look, federal rules should be supreme. They're arguing that it's simply not feasible to design and build, 50 different trucks for 50 different states.
You can see the complexity there. A logistical nightmare for them, surely.
Absolutely.
But for you, the driver, what are the tangible implications? I mean, how might this impact truck availability or even the price you pay?
Well, okay, if California wins this legal challenge, manufacturers truly might have to develop state-specific trucks. It's a real possibility.
Oh.
And this added complexity and cost, it could absolutely be passed on to you, whether through higher prices for new equipment or maybe through the terms of lease purchase programs.
Right, it always finds its way down.
It often does. And think about this. If other states then decide to follow California's lead, which, could happen, you could end up with this confusing regulatory patchwork across the entire U.S.
Making interstate operations even more complicated.
Exactly. Just another headache.
A patchwork of rules sounds like a serious headache for long-haul truckers. So how do the different sides view this? What are the pro-truck maker arguments versus California's stance?
Okay, so from the truck maker's perspective, uniformity in standards just makes manufacturing more efficient, less costly. Pretty straightforward.
Yeah,
They argue that California's aggressive rules could quickly drive up expenses for fleets and owner-operators who are, let's be honest, already navigating pretty tight margins.
Yeah, margins are thin.
Their focus is on implementing technology that's broadly ready and, importantly, economically viable. Now, on the flip side...
California's view.
Right. Those supporting California's position point out that trucking is a significant source of air pollution. They believe states need the authority to protect public health, and they also argue that stricter regulations actually push innovation faster, leading to cleaner technologies sooner.
So it's that classic push and pull, isn't it? National standards versus state autonomy. Is there any potential middle ground here, something that could satisfy both sides?
Well, a sensible middle ground, perhaps, would involve either a more realistic, phased-in period for adopting these advanced technologies.
With people time to adjust.
Exactly. Or maybe a commitment from federal agencies to update national standards more frequently, keep pace.
So states don't feel the need to jump ahead.
Precisely. That would ideally reduce the impetus for states to create their own potentially conflicting rules. Look, what this all boils down to for you is a crucial discussion about control. California wants to accelerate environmental progress. Truck makers want a streamlined national approach.
And the ripple effect touches everything.
From the availability of new models to their cost, and even where you can legally operate without facing hefty fines. It's big.
Okay, transitioning from regulatory battles more towards your wallet. Let's talk about something that could directly impact your bottom line. TFI International's massive $75 million tax savings.
$75 million, yeah.
That number is just colossal. What's behind it? How did a company like TFI achieve such significant savings?
Right. So TFI International, a major player in trucking and logistics, they anticipate saving around $75 million in capital expenditure.
Capital expenditures, okay.
Yeah. And this windfall is thanks to recently passed legislation, informally dubbed the One Big Beautiful Bill.
Ah, yes.
This broad economic stimulus package includes provisions like accelerated depreciation, which essentially lets companies write off new equipment purchases much faster for tax purposes.
Now they buy new trucks, they write them off quicker.
Exactly. TSI's savings are primarily a result of these accelerated write-offs on new trucks and trailers, really encouraging that immediate investment.
That's a truly significant chunk of change. Now, tax breaks like this, they're always pitched as a boost for the economy, right?
Yeah.
But from a driver's perspective, the cynical question is always, will this money actually benefit me?
That's the million-dollar question, or the $75 million question here.
Exactly. What are the strongest arguments for why this could, or perhaps couldn't, trickle down to drivers on the road?
Well, that's the absolutely critical question, and it's where different perspectives truly emerge. Optimistically, this $75 million could lead to substantial fleet upgrades, maybe better facilities, investments in tech that improve efficiency and safety.
The pro-bill view.
Right. Proponents argue it makes U.S. trucking more competitive, encourages investment that ideally translates into more jobs, better equipment. However,
There's always a however.
always. A more cautious view suggests these savings often find their way directly to shareholders. Dividends, stock buybacks.
Not necessarily to the workers on the ground.
Correct. There's also the concern that accelerated depreciation might disproportionately favor mega carriers like TFI, who can buy trucks in bulk over smaller fleets or independent owner-operators.
Right. The economies of scale favor the big guys. So it's not a guaranteed win for the individual driver then. What's the sentiment from drivers themselves? What are they saying?
Well, as one TFI driver put it so aptly, and I think this captures the skepticism perfectly, he said, if they use that $75 million to put us in newer trucks with less downtime, I'm all for it. But if it just means more office furniture in Montreal, it's a different story.
Ouch. But fair point.
Very fair. So the real insight for drivers here is maybe to think like an analyst. If mega carriers like TFI genuinely reinvest these savings, watch their fleets.
How so?
It could signal a shift in the used truck market down the line, potentially offering more affordable, newer equipment options for everyone else. So keep an eye not just on their stock price maybe, but on the age and quality of their fleet. That's your indirect metric.
That's a good practical tip. Are those savings actually flowing into the operational backbone that supports you?
Exactly.
Okay. Shifting gears now from high-level finances. Let's talk about something that hits much closer to your daily route. The U.S. DOT's new 5-year plan.
Ah, yes, the strategic plan.
The Department of Transportation is retooling its roadmap, and the focus is shifting significantly. What are the new priorities? How big a pivot is this?
It's quite a pivot, actually. The U.S. DOT is indeed overhauling its 5-year strategic plan, and the revised priorities clearly place safety and freight efficiency right at the forefront.
Top of the list.
Top of the list. This means issues like climate change, sustainability, social equity. They're receiving less prominence than in previous plans.
Interesting.
The renewed push is to aggressively cut crash rates, modernize safety rules, protect drivers, and specifically tackle those persistent problems like port delays and highway congestion. It's a distinct reorientation.
For years, many drivers felt federal priorities were, out of sync with their daily realities on the road.
That's putting it mildly for some.
Yeah. This shift sounds like it could address some long-standing frustrations, maybe put more resources into the actual physical infrastructure you navigate every day.
It absolutely does. I mean, for too long, chronic problems like crumbling overpasses, those really accident-prone interchanges, and the hours-long port backups, they seemed stuck in neutral.
Impacting fuel, downtime.
Everything. This shift signals that more attention could finally be placed on these very real on-the-ground issues, and many carriers and drivers, they're warmly welcoming this pivot, arguing quite rightly that fundamental road fixes and safety enhancements should be the absolute top priority. This is about making drivers feel respected, supported, by tackling the issues that directly hit their day-to-day.
Of course, any major policy shift like this comes with its own set of concerns. Are there any counter-arguments or, caution flags being raised about this new plan?
There are, certainly. Environmental advocates, for example, they worry about slowing progress toward greener freight.
Understandable.
They argue that safety and sustainability can and should work hand in hand. Some suggest, look, environmental benefits can still be woven into efficiency upgrades, build safer routes that also cut emissions through smoother traffic flow, for instance.
A win-win approach.
Potentially. But here's the key takeaway for you, the listener. This isn't just policy being handed down from on high. This new plan is an open invitation for public feedback.
Oh, really?
Yes, you have a direct opportunity to point out dangerous routes, persistent freight choke points you deal with. Your real-world experiences can truly shape this final plan.
That's a powerful opportunity to have your voice heard.
Absolutely, don't miss it.
Okay, speaking of efficiency and changing landscapes, let's talk about a new kind of competition rolling into the freight lane. Union Pacific Railroad, taking aim at truck freight.
Ah, the rails versus the roads.
Classic. Union Pacific is launching a new 3-day intermodal service. It links Southern California's Inland Empire to Chicago. First off, what exactly is intermodal transport, and why is this new service significant for truckers?
Right. So intermodal transport basically means freight rides in these large containers that can seamlessly switch between ships, trains, and trucks.
Without unloading the cargo.
Exactly, without ever having to unload the cargo itself. So the train handles the long cross-country haul, and then trucks handle the critical first and last miles, picking up from the shipper, delivering to the final destination.
Got it.
This new Union Pacific service, it's a potential game changer because it aims to move freight at trucking speeds on rails, promising that rapid 3-day transit time from SoCal to Chicago.
3 days rail. That's fast.
That's the target.
So this move signals a pretty significant shift. For years, rail's main pitch was, slower but cheaper.
That was the trade-off.
Now they're adding faster to their value proposition. This raises a big question. How will this innovation from Union Pacific potentially impact long-haul rates and job opportunities for you, the driver?
Yeah, this absolutely could put pressure on long-haul rates, particularly on specific high-volume lanes like California to the Midwest.
The sweet spot.
Exactly. If rail successfully grabs a chunk of that high-paying over-the-road OTR freight, some drivers might indeed see rate drops in those segments. However, it's not all downside. This could also open up new opportunities, specifically more intermodal drayage work.
The local piece.
Right. For local drivers operating near major hubs like San Bernardino and Chicago, those containers still need to be moved off the rail and delivered.
So it really sounds like a mixed bag.
Yeah.
Challenges, but new avenues too. What are the different perspectives on this new rail competition?
Well, pro-rail views consistently highlight the benefits, like moving more freight per gallon of fuel, lower overall emissions, good for the environment.
And less highway congestion.
Potentially leading to safer roads for everyone. They also argue, look, intermodal partnerships still create jobs for truckers in that essential short-haul drayage segment, but there's a real caution flag here.
Reliability.
Flexibility.
Exactly. Rail, just by its nature, is less flexible than trucking. Delays at rail yards or terminals, weather, breakdowns, track congestion, they could easily erase that promised speed advantage.
Good point.
As one Chicago-based independent owner-operator put it, and I think this captures the essence perfectly, he said, "I'll haul rail containers if the price is right, but I'm not cutting my rate just so the railroad can fill its trains."
Very practical take on it. The key takeaway for you, then, is that competition is always evolving.
Always.
It means continually watching rates, adapting, finding your most profitable niche where your agility maybe really stands out. That's the insight. It isn't just about competition, it's about strategic flexibility. As rail gets faster, truckers who specialize in truly high-value, time-sensitive long-haul loads or who skillfully pivot to reliable, local, intermodal drayage.
They'll be the ones cementing their income.
Exactly. It's about leveraging your unique agility where rail just cannot compete.
Right. While these big shifts happen at the macro level, the day-to-day realities of trucking are still paramount. This next story. Well, it's a stark reminder about personal responsibility and public perception.
Oh, boy.
Iowa troopers flagged down semi, missing a full set of dual tires.
Yikes.
What exactly happened in this, frankly, alarming incident?
An Iowa State Patrol trooper stopped a semi that was, and this is shocking, missing an entire set of dual tires on a trailer axle.
An entire set? How does that even happen?
It boggles the mind. This isn't just a minor issue. It's a profound safety hazard and a direct violation of equipment requirements. For most professional drivers, the idea of operating in that condition is just unthinkable.
You'd think that would be impossible to miss, right?
You would. It just makes you wonder what else might be out there on the road and maybe, how much pressure some drivers might be under.
Yeah, that's a fair point, too. And why does this particular incident matter so much for all drivers, even those who meticulously maintain their equipment?
Because this isn't just about risking a ticket, it's about risking your CDL, your livelihood, your load, and most importantly, potentially lives.
And the industry's image.
Absolutely. Incidents like this unfortunately fuel that unsafe trucking stereotype in the public eye. And that negative perception can, in turn, lead to stricter roadside enforcement for everyone, even the most diligent drivers.
That one bad apple effect.
Precisely. What's fascinating here is the multiple perspectives. Some are pro-enforcement, saying, good catch, kept us safe. Others raise a caution flag, wondering, well, what if it was a sudden blowout and the driver was heading immediately to a safe spot?
We don't know the full story.
We don't. But regardless, it profoundly underscores the importance of every single driver's unwavering diligence and commitment to safety.
So practically speaking, what are the key takeaways? How can drivers not only avoid this kind of situation, but also help reinforce the professional image of the industry?
It really comes down to the basics. Do your pre-trip and mid-trip inspections religiously. Missing duels are not hard to spot if you're genuinely looking.
The minutes.
Know your safe pull-off protocols for emergencies. And if something does happen unexpectedly, report it, document issues immediately, catch problems before they catch you.
And before they become a public safety issue.
Exactly. This is about making drivers feel respected and supported by ensuring safety is paramount for everyone on the road, reinforcing the professionalism that, let's be clear, most drivers exhibit every single day.
Well said. Okay, on a brighter note for U.S. manufacturing and maybe the diversity of opportunities in trucking, Mack Defense wins a $221.8 million U.S. Army truck deal.
Yeah, that's a big one.
Huge contract for Mack. Good for the broader heavy vehicle sector too, right?
Absolutely. Mack Defense secured a 5-year contract to build up to 450 M917A3 heavy dump trucks for the U.S. Army.
Heavy-duty stuff.
For Mack, this is a monumental win. It's a strong validation of their defense engineering capabilities. And for the broader trucking sector, it really showcases that government contracts can be a remarkably lucrative diversification opportunity.
Beyond just commercial freight.
Exactly. Extending well beyond traditional commercial freight. It contributes significantly to the health of heavy truck manufacturing and supply chains right here in the U.S.
Yeah, this Mack Defense deal really underscores the diverse, sometimes surprising, avenues within the heavy vehicle industry. It reminds us that opportunity isn't always where you expect it.
Very true.
And speaking of unexpected opportunities and preparing for constant change, that brings us to a crucial point. Something Hervy from LifeAsATrucker and retirefromtrucking.com consistently emphasizes.
Hervy's advice. Always good.
The ultimate diversification strategy. Managing your time not just for shippers, but proactively for yourselves.
That's precisely it. In a world with fluctuating freight rates, evolving regulations, economic shifts, it's fundamentally about building resilience and taking control.
Personal control.
Which raises that important question. Beyond merely adapting to industry changes, how can drivers take proactive steps to truly control their own financial future?
So what's the solution there?
Well, the solution, as outlined by retirefromtrucking.com, involves embracing new skills, using that off-duty time wisely, and actively building online income streams.
Online income. Even using AI tools.
Yeah, even leveraging emerging AI tools. This creates a powerful shield against market ups and downs. This recurring diversified income can help you retire on your own terms and profoundly protect you, or at least soften the blow, should your trucking company's fate ever become uncertain.
It's about empowerment.
It's about being empowered, securing your future, and ensuring you feel respected and supported no matter what the road ahead brings.
So wrapping this all up, what does this mean for you as you navigate the road? I mean, the trucking world is always in motion.
Always.
Always bringing both significant challenges and surprising opportunities. From emissions lawsuits dictating what trucks you might drive, to tax bills influencing massive fleet upgrades, even rail lines vying for your freight.
Every decision at the top eventually trickles down to your daily reality.
And critically, your individual actions matter immensely.
Hugely. From meticulous pre-trip inspections to actively engaging with policy changes like the DOT's plan. But beyond just reacting to these shifts,
Proactive steps.
the real power lies in proactively building your own resilience and cultivating multiple income streams. This ensures you're not just a driver of freight, but also the confident, empowered driver of your own destiny.
So a final thought to leave you with. Think about it. How much control do you currently have over your career and financial future in the face of all these industry shifts?
It's a big question.
And how might learning a new skill, like leveraging AI to generate online income in your off-duty time, truly transform your relationship with the road and your long-term security.
Food for thought.
We hope this deep dive helps you feel more informed, respected, and supported as you chart your course on the road ahead.